scenario plannings, and our goal is to keep decreasing our numbers. And because of what the team has done around the decreasing in the numbers, we're hoping we won't have to use any of these hercs. We want these numbers to continue to decrease. We want to take that $6.4 billion and whatever it is and put it into the services of New Yorkers. So our goal is to see these numbers continue to decrease. That is what we're looking forward. And the team is looking over. If for whatever reason we have to change where we are, we're going to pivot and shift.
But Benfield is on federal land. I mean, theoretically, ICE could come in. I mean, I'm wondering if people are talking there right now that they're scared compared to being in another shelter. What are you going to do to protect these people this week?
We are, again, we are going to, we did several scenario plannings, and once I sit down with the Board of Czar, I could get a full understanding, and I don't want to speculate on what the next steps are.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
What's happening? How are you?
Good. I wanted to follow up on Josie's question about where you stand when it comes to undocumented New Yorkers who are accused of committing crimes. I have heard you say that you thought de Blasio and the former city council went too far when they came up with that rule that it had to be, you had to be convicted of a crime on a certain list, 170 crimes that they laid out. I've also heard you recently say that you are in favor of cooperating with ICE after the person serves their time. So does that mean that you would like to see them get due process as opposed to just being charged, which is what it was under Bloomberg?
Well, you know, Mike is one of my favorite mayors. You know, my position is people who commit crimes in our city, you have abdicated your right to be in our city. And I'm open to figure out the best way to address that. My goal is to always give people due process, but my goal is to sit down and hear what the plans are on the current administration to address this issue. You commit crimes in our city, I'm always going to be of the belief in a position that you don't have the right to be in our city. And if someone committed a crime and they face jail time, I want them deported after they serve. But I'm willing to sit down and hear the plan of the Board of Czar.
So you might be willing to consider whether...
I'm open to anything to get criminals out of our city. I'm open to anything to get criminals who come to our country and attack and abuse innocent.
But don't you think it's either you get due process or you don't?
No. I think that's what you are either or. That's not where I am. I'm willing to sit down with the Czar and find out what his plans are. How are you?
Good, thanks. Two questions. First, the broker fee bill that council passed.
Yes.
It's been almost a month. Do you have any position yet on whether you're going to veto it or not? And second question on the Rikers possible receivership. Like, you know, if the average person looks at this ruling and this potential likelihood of a receiver taking over, would it be reasonable for people to see this as sort of a black mark or a sign that your administration hadn't handled Rikers the way it should?
And that's a great question. The broker bill, I'm not going to veto the bill. The question is if I'm going to sign it or not. And so the broker bill is going to be law because they have a veto-proof majority. And so I'm not vetoing the bill. I don't want to put New Yorkers through the stress and strife or stories about, oh, you know, we arguing over a bill just for it to be voted into law. That's just, you know, I'm just not in that space of just these headlines of dispute. We need to be in a better, calm place. And so I won't veto the bill. The question is if I'm going to sign it into law. I share what my concerns are, and life will determine if I was accurate in my